two-time gold medalist Dame Kelly Holmes. Kelly, very good morning.
Morning, Kelly.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, good. That was some race, wasn't it? That was some... What was the Norwegian doing coming off the inside? If it had just stayed there, we might have got gold.
Easily said and done than done, isn't it? When you're in a race like that, I think it was a flat-out race. Ingebrigtsen was absolutely trying to steam the legs off the other guys. That's why he went to the front. He was hoping that the more he could push it, the less people would have been on his tails. The thing is that it's an Olympic final. Everyone's ups their game, and I think the fact that there was this big rivalry between Kerr and Ingebrigtsen, you forget that there's other people in that race.
Yeah.
And of course, Hocker played a blinder. He tried to take the inside lane coming off the bend. Ingebrigtsen was in there. It didn't open up. He stayed on the inside lane rather than go wide, which would have lost him a medal. It opened up, as it sometimes does when people coming down that home straight, because they're facing the finish line. Sometimes you look up at that big screen, you send a drift out. You had Kerr on the outside, and it opened up, and he played a blinder, Olympic record.
And Hocker as well. We know indoors he's got that amazing kick and finish, but he was still way behind coming around that final bend. That was a remarkable run for the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better race, to be honest. And I think Josh Kerr has to have his head held high, because if it had been a slower race and it'd been silver, he wouldn't have been happy. If Ingebrigtsen had beaten him, he wouldn't have been happy.
Yeah.
But he got a national record and a silver medal. And, that's one step up than he did in Tokyo. And it's also the fastest he's ever run in his career.
Kelly, are we giving Hocker enough credit here? Because obviously he must have watched videos, reruns of Kerr and the Norwegian runner. What's his name? Ingebrigtsen, yeah. So would he have said to himself, right, this is how the race is going to plan out. He's going to try and run the legs off him. Kerr's going to be on his shoulder. If I drop in right on the curb, he will try and force Kerr wide, and I'll get through that gap. Would he have planned it?
No, I wouldn't have planned that, because the thing is, you don't know how a 1,500-metre race is going to pan out, because it can be run in so many different ways. You can always have something that somebody's controlling from the front, almost like Kelly Hodgkinson did in the 800.
Fabulous.
Not a massively fast race, but at the start, but controlled it to her own pace. Everyone else is fitting in, and then you just wind it up, winding up. Whereas, of course, this was wound up from the start. Now, the thing is, maybe what no one gave credit for is that Hocker was in the shape of his life. I mean, he's run faster than he ran three. No one would have expected him to run 3 seconds personal best. No chance. I think nearly all of the runners, apart from 1 or 2, got personal best times. No one planned for that.
Incredible.
So, give credit to the fact that he kept his eye on the ball, he kept his steer, he kept with that pace, and he still had a kick at the end. So hats off, he deserved that gold medal.
Unfortunately for Team GB, Dina and Daryl, Nita just missed out on the medal in the 200, 4th and 5th. Afterwards, Asher Smith spoke to talkSPORT and was happy despite coming so close to bronze medal.
Placing highly in a major final is always an incredible achievement, and I think maybe as I do more and more of these, every time I'm able to step onto a track in the championships, make the top 8 and then finish highly, it's a blessing, because this period in your life is very short, and I'm happy that I've been in this position many times now, and yeah, it's a privilege.
Privilege, but well, it's not unlucky, it's just unfortunate. 4th and 5th, and not beaten far at all. Especially Asher Smith. I was really hoping she'd get some sort of medal, Kelly.
Yeah, that would have been really nice for her to top off this games, because, of course, in the 100 metres, not getting through to the final, she was devastated. She came into the heat, she said she was angry coming into the heat. She got through to the semi-final. She was fighting, absolutely fighting. And it is always, no one likes to come fourth. No one likes, but this is the closest margins, and it was a photo finish for that bronze. So it could have gone the other way. Nikita could have won it, got a bronze. Dina could have got a bronze. This is the thing. But you can only win on the day, unfortunately. And 4th and 5th. We had 2 women in the final, which was brilliant. Absolutely. Team GB, all of us athletics would have loved to have got, another medal on that table, really. And, I feel like Dina, because remember, she was world champion back in 2019.
Yeah.
And she's had sort of highs and lows. She's had the injuries, and it's not gone to plan the last few years. So I think the fact that she was able to come out and run a really strong, committed run, she reflects on that and think, okay, at least I got to that point again in my career.
Kelly, what about we're fifth in the medals tables? Are we happy with that? Is that beyond expectations, or is that just roughly where we thought we might finish?
Yeah, I think at the moment, we've still got a lot of medals to come. Obviously, we've got Matt Hudson-Smith tonight. We've got the cycling going on. There's so many things that, taekwondo still to start. There's so many events still in the offering across the board. And I think the target was between 50 and 70 medals for Team GB. When we were on the road up to there, I think 17 golds they were hoping to get. I'm not sure, I haven't looked at the table today. So I'm not sure if they're on target for that. But, we're doing well, and we're getting medals from sports, maybe the smaller sports, you know what I mean? And I say that kind of a bit of respect. There's other sports in there that aren't normally the premier sports that people look at that we're getting medals in. So I think we're still on target.
Yeah, and the French Paris, are we happy? We get the problem with the water, the Seine, but there's so many rivers have got the same problem. Do you think France have put this on well?
I think they've showcased Paris very well. The venues have been stunning. Locations around the city, yeah, it's quite spread out, but once you get into the venue, it is incredible. Yeah, I think it was a big risk doing the River Seine. Am I happy with okay? That it's okay. You go in there, it's like, what's okay mean? They pulled off something that they said they wanted to do differently, and they did do that differently. My debate is open about the opening ceremony. I have a lot of thoughts on that, but when the competition got going, they have done it brilliantly.
Yeah, here. Dame, listen, thank you very, very much, Dame Kelly. I really, really, as you say, still plenty to play for. If we can get that tally up a bit more, it'd be fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the games. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kelly.
Cheers, guys.
Brilliant. I agree with that. I thought after the opening ceremony, I thought, crikey, Kelly's right there. You thought, is this going to be a washout? Is this going to be no good? But it's well supported as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't swim in that water, would you?
Well, you wouldn't really want to swim the Thames either, would you? Let's be honest.
E. coli.